Right, greetings class. Welcome to Mr. Marashanya online lessons. Today I'm going to revise with you this question paper which was written in November 2016, Geography paper 1. So I'm going to start on number 13 since we don't have the map work for this question paper. So the first question that we're having says air masses are classified according to, let me just zoom the picture. They are actually classified according to latitude and surface of origin. Why am I saying latitude and the surface of origin? Because the term latitude there, it refers or it determines the temperature of the air mass. And the phrase surface of origin, this one, it determines what we call moisture content or humidity. Moisture content or humidity. So air masses, they are determined by temperature and humidity. And here they replaced the word temperature with latitude and the word surface, the word moisture or humidity with surface of origin. So for the air mass to be classified, we classify air mass according to the temperature and according to the surface of origin. That is the moisture content. All right, so that's it. Moving on to the next question, number 14. It says the diagram below shows, all right. The diagram below shows a weather instrument found at meteorological station. Which of the following combinations is the name of instrument and the weather element it measures? So the correct answer, I want you to take B as the correct answer. Name of the instrument, thermometer, and what it measures is a temperature. Okay, so moving on to question number 15. Cloud cover is represented on synoptic charts by, is it Biodiversity scale? No. ISO heights? No. Isobars? No. So the correct answer was octars. Octars are used to represent cloud cover on synoptic charts. But when it comes to Biodiversity scale, this one, it represents what we call wind speed. It represents what we call wind speed. And this one, ISO heights. These ones are the lines on a map connecting points of equal rainfall. These are lines on a map connecting points of equal rainfall. And isobars, again, these are lines on a map, but these ones, they are connecting points of equal atmospheric pressure. They are connecting points of equal atmospheric pressure. So what is the main difference between ISO heights and isobars? ISO heights, these are lines connecting points of equal rainfall, whilst isobars, these are lines connecting points of equal atmospheric pressure. Let us move on to question number 16. What name is given to a front that occurs as a result of warm air advancing towards cold air? What name is given to a front that occurs as a result of warm air advancing towards cold air? Okay, so the type of a front formed when warm air, when like this. Right, when warm air advances towards cold air, that kind of a front formed there is what we call warm air, which makes B the correct answer. warm air, warm air, warm air. What about the stationary? Stationary is a boundary between air masses that are not moving. Because stationary, it means constant. It means not moving. So stationary is a boundary between two air masses that are not moving. A boundary between two air masses that are not moving, that are stationary, that are constant. And occluded front, it is a front formed when the cold air mass overtakes the warm air mass. Okay? Or we can say is formed when the cold front overtakes a warm front. When a cold front overtakes a warm front. When a cold front overtakes a warm front, that's where we see occluded front formed. Then we have the cold front. This one is different from warm front. Why? Because this one is when the cold air is advancing towards warm air. Remember, on warm air, we said it's warm air that is advancing toward the cold. So the cold air, the cold front again, is when the cold front advancing towards the warm air. Right, let's go to the next page. Number 17. All right, in which regions, number 7, in which regions is depression rainfall most common? Okay, so depression rainfall, it can occur in some of the regions here, but we want the region where depression rainfall most common, okay? So that one is temperate latitudes. It is mostly common in temperate latitudes. What about tropical latitudes? So on tropical latitudes, there is a high temperature and there is also abundant moisture, and also it is associated with thunderstorms and convectional rainfall. It is associated with thunderstorms and also convectional rainfall. And also in these regions, depressions, it occurs, but not always. It occurs, but not always. So we want the most one, it's A. All right. Then also polar latitudes. Polar latitudes, depressions in these areas, the depressions in these areas, they are uncommon. They are uncommon. Depression rainfall is uncommon, which means is not common. And the characteristic of polar latitudes, they are characterized by extremely cold and dry environment, okay? And also equatorial. Just to remember what I told you about the equatorial rainforest. I told you that it is characterized by high rainfall throughout the year, characterized by high rainfall throughout the year, high temperature throughout the year, very tall trees, evergreen forestry, and stuff like that. So the correct answer for number 17 is A. Number 18. What name is given to a climate experiencing two distinct rainfall peaks? This one is called Mediterranean climate. Tropical is a single rain season and stuff like that. Then which of the following, this is number 19, which of the following human activities is used to control weather? The human activity which is used to control weather is actually protecting crops against frost. Why am I saying this? Because this activity is directly is the one that directly manipulates weather conditions, okay, to protect crops. That is making this point, which is point B, a valid method of weather control, because they are practicing, they are putting this, they are implementing this activity as a way of protecting crops. This is the method, the human activity used to control weather, right? Then number 20, it says a plate boundary responsible for the formation of oceanic ridge is. So the one, guys, that is responsible for the formation is constructive. But destructive, this one is responsible for the destruction. Okay? So the one responsible for the formation is constructive. The one responsible for the destruction is destructive. Okay? And the transverse, this one, where plates slide each other. Where plates slide each other like this. All right? And the last one, which is subduction, is where one plate it slides below another. Is where one plate it slides below another. So this question, which is question number 21. The photograph below shows a rock mass experiencing a weathering. So this rock is experiencing weathering. Which of the following weathering processes could have been responsible for the creation of the synchron? So the weather processes that are responsible for the creation of the synchron is actually exfoliation, because there is evidence of exfoliation, as you can see here. Why am I saying there is evidence of exfoliation? Because exfoliation, by definition, it is the peeling off of rock's outer layer like an onion. The peeling off of rock's outer layer like an onion. As you can see, it's happening here. It's also happening here. As you can see, it's also happening on this party. Okay? And hydration there. Why am I choosing exfoliation and hydration? Because hydration is where water, okay, rainwater, reacts with the rock's mineralogy or the rock's mineral. Okay, where water reacts with rock's mineralogy or rock minerals, causing the cracks to widen, to weaken like this, and also to expand, which later results in what you call the formation of blocks. The formation of blocks. So the combined process for all these two is called block disintegration, the breaking down of a rock into blocks. So the correct answer for this one was supposed to be B, which is exfoliation and hydration. Number 22, a low-lying swampy plain found at a river mouth is called, so the keyword is river mouth. Other low-lying swampy plain, they can be found close to the river, but we want the one which is found at the mouth of the river. Let's look at the floodplain. This one is not the correct answer. Why? Because this one is a flat area of the land that is next to the river, and that is prone to flooding. Okay, that is prone to flooding. And number 2, the lagoon. A lagoon there. What is a lagoon? It is a body of water separated from the sea by a barrier of island or a reef. So suppose this is a sea and we have an island here. So the body of water separated from a sea by an island or a reef is called a lagoon. A lagoon. A lagoon. Then a leaf here. This one is it can be natural, is a natural or is an artificial embankment along a river that actually act as flood control, or that is responsible for preventing floods. Then a delta. This one is what we're talking about. This one is a plain found at the mouth of at a river mouth, okay, is called a delta, which makes D the correct answer. Why? This one is a triangular shaped landform created at the mouth of a river where it deposits sediments. Number 23. What measures would you suggest communities settle along the Zambezi Valley take in times of flooding? Apana chimwe kunze kungoti vabve ikoko evacuation. Evacuations. Was this? It's not necessary. A variety of life forms. A variety of life forms. A variety of life forms, both flora and fauna, plants and animals, is called, that one is called biodiversity. That is the correct definition for biodiversity there. As for vegetation is just a refer to the plant life, and ecosystem, it is the interaction between biotic and abiotic, and here we have only the biotic, so it can't be the answer, okay? And autotroph. Autotroph is any organism that actually produces its own food. Any organism that actually produces its own food. And number 25, how can overgrazing be addressed? How can overgrazing be addressed? Overgrazing can be best addressed by de-stocking. And what is it? That is reducing the number of livestock. Reducing the number of livestock. Can dipping be the correct answer? No, it can't be the correct answer, because dipping, it refers to the immersing livestock in a chemical solution in order to control parasites. Immersing livestock in a chemical solution in order to control parasites. And we have what you call cross breeding. What is it? Is breeding animals from different breeds so as to improve desirable traits. Let's go to the next question. Number 26. Which of the following is not a benefit of gold panning? Okay, so employment creation, this one is the benefit, and the panners are a market for this one, it's a benefit again. And growth of cheaper accommodation, this one is not. All other points there are benefits except C, which makes C the correct answer. What is aquaculture? Aquaculture, we are referring to fish farming. That is fish farming. Fish farming. Those who get to kuzvikoro zvokugadzira ma fish pond. It's fish farming. Okay. Then let's move on and talk about number 28. Number 20. Study the diagram below. We have a hue here. Mineral seam. The mining method used to extract the mineral seam shown. So if we want to extract the minerals that at the sides of the mountain, we actually use this method called adit. Open cast is used when minerals are occur or they are found close to the surface and they occur in a horizontal seam. And the shaft, it is used to extract minerals that are deep more than 50 meters or more than 30 meters. Other books says so. Number 29. Start the map below. What type of activity is being practiced on this farm? So the type of activity being practiced on this farm, you can just study it closely. Don't rush. So we have main road, farm boundary, fence, farm road, workers compound, paddock, milking sheds. So if they're saying milking sheds, it means they are doing dairy farming, because dairy farming is keeping of animals for milk. Saka kanapainema milking sheds, it means it's dairying, which makes A the correct answer. Next question, number 30. If you were the Minister of Agriculture in your country, what solutions would you propose to the government to improve on the quality of livestock? I would recommend the government to use crossbreeding, because the kinds of breed that is going to be produced here are kinds of breeds that are resistant to diseases. So the correct answer is B there. Right, number 31, in Zimbabwe, the pulp and paper industry is located in the eastern highlands, because I don't want to waste time here, because there is abundance of raw materials. Number 32, water in seas and oceans is not fit for human consumption only because it is salty. It is salty. That is the main reason why it is not suitable for human consumption. Okay, then the best way to protect a country's resource from large-scale exploitation by transnational corporations would be to indigenize the economy, to put the economy in the hands of the local people. That is indigenous, because indigenous, it means the transferring of means of production such as land to the local people, so that they become the ones who are in control. By doing so, we are actually protecting a country's resource from large-scale exploitation by transnational corporations. Number 34, the diagram below shows population changes over a long period of time. At which of the stages A, B, C, or D would it be ideal to encourage married couples to have more children? To encourage married couples to have more children. So on part A, I don't think it's a good idea. Why? Because here birth rate and death rate is very high. So there is no need for them to have more children. And on part B, death rate is declining, but still birth rate is high. So there is no need for me to encourage them to have more children. And on part C, there is low death rate and birth rate is falling. But I can't encourage them because in this stage, birth rate is not yet low. But in this stage, this is where we should encourage couples to have more children. Because as you can see, birth rate is very low, death rate is low, which means the population is not increasing at all. It's not increasing. Okay? This is happening in countries like Canada. I have a friend of mine who went to Canada and she was talking to me and she was saying, when you just walk a short distance, unongotoona gogo kwakangozara chembere, stuff like that, you know. Yeah? So this is what is really happening. So what is the effect? Why am I saying we must encourage married couples to have more children in this stage? So that we can make sure that we have economically active group. Because as a result, we are going to have a country full of old dependents, okay? And there is no one that is going to work in industries. Since Tangwan is chembere chet. So at this stage, this is the right stage for us to encourage married couples to have more children. Right, number 35, the number of water taps per 1,000 persons is a better indication of health than the number of hospital beds. The statement above is meant to. This one is meant to provide health for all, no. To encourage improved service delivery, no. To encourage having less people in hospital, no. To ensure the supply of clean and safe water. So the correct answer there is D. Number 36. The diagram below shows land uses in a city. Which of the sites A, B, C, or D would be the most appropriate to locate a low-income housing scheme? So when it comes here, let me just zoom the picture so that I can analyze it well. All right, let's zoom here. Let's look here. This one, it can't be the place for building a settlement. Why? Because there are steep slope. Steep slope is the gradient will be like this. You can't build a house on this. Okay? All right. And D, it's very close to a railway line. You can't build a house close to a railway line. It's not allowed, especially in Zimbabwe. And C, we are going to deny this one because of a river. Okay? Because this area will be prone to floods. But this one, I think, is the most suitable place. okay, because there is a new industrial area here. Yeah, so the correct answer is it's actually B. Yeah. Number 37, the most appropriate solution to reduce malnutrition in children under 5 years is to, first of all, you need to define what we call malnutrition. Okay, ndokuandisa kana kushomekesesa kwechikafu chinowanikwa mwana ndiri. So that one can be corrected by introduce feeding schemes. I think feeding scheme is the correct. This one is not correct. This one is not correct. This one is not also correct. All right, small towns of favorable investment and trade conditions which improve a country's export potential are called export processing zones. Those are called export processing zones. And now number 30. All right, what name is given to a transport map drawn with the straight lines replacing the winding routes of a transport network? So the correct answer is A. The description is suitable for answer A. But when it comes to the topographical map, it is the one that actually shows my physical features like rivers, mountains, and valleys. And C, it's economic map. Economic map is the one that actually shows the economic activities. And communication map is the one that shows communication infrastructure like telephone lines and also internet cables. All right. Then, as an officer of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, what measures would you recommend to address the problems of traffic congestion and the high rate of traffic accidents affecting Zimbabwe? If you increase the public passengers, it's not going to work. Setting up more roads, no roadblock, no. But widening and resurfacing my roads. Accidents are critical because the state of the roads is not good. It's not good. So we need to widening and resurfacing our roads, which makes C the correct answer for number 40 there. So guys, I hope you are assisted. This marked the end of today's revision. If you are new on this channel, make sure you subscribe, like, and also share our videos. Okay, meet you in the next one. For those that want to join our online lesson, just contact me on the number shown on your screen so that you can be part and parcel of what we are doing. Wish you good luck.